I hate to say it, but millions of Americans might see their energy bills shoot up this summer in 2025. We could be looking at more than a 4% spike. And sadly, millions could also lose access to low-income energy assistance programs. In this video, I'll break down what's happening right now in the Pacific Northwest and how it could affect the rest of the country very soon. So before we dive into today's update, I've got just one quick favor to ask. It only takes a second. If you appreciate these daily updates, go ahead and tap that like button. All right, let's jump in. Let's start with the facts. According to a recent report, Americans could see electric bills jump 4% in the summer heat. Now, a 4% increase may not sound huge at first, but trust me, it adds up quickly. And here's another stat that's honestly pretty concerning. When the thermometer rises this summer, your electric bill will likely rise with it. That's based on new numbers from the U.S. Energy Information Administration, which shows the average American household is expected to spend about $186 per month on electricity in June, July, and August. That's a 7% jump from last summer, and a staggering 25% increase compared to what people paid in the summer of 2021. So, what's behind all of this? Well, according to the EIA, the rising costs are being driven by higher than normal summer temperatures and a 37% surge in natural gas prices. This is going to be tough on Americans. We're already feeling the squeeze: electricity, water, sewer, garbage, gas, everything's going up. Utility bills are becoming painfully expensive. Look at this. Americans may see their energy bills soar to $7.84, the highest cost in 12 years, with some states preparing for shutoffs. Now here's something you might not know. In the U.S., 17 states plus Washington, D.C., have protections in place that prevent utility companies from shutting off essential services, even if you're behind on payments for a month, 6 months, or even a year. That means electricity, water, sewer, and gas can't be turned off. However, internet and trash collection? Yeah, those can still be shut off. But the basics, power, water, and heat, are protected in many places. Now take a look at this. Americans are paying more for electricity than they have in the last 12 years as temperatures continue to rise. Here's the breakdown by region. The West, $740 mountain areas in the Pacific Northwest, $663 Midwest, $758 East North Central, $719 West South Central, $896 East South Central, $850 South Atlantic, $842 in New England, a whopping $922. Yeah, it's getting really expensive out there. Let me read you this. Just 10 years ago, the average cost of electricity from June through September was $497. So why has it skyrocketed? There are two main reasons. 1. Electricity prices are rising faster than inflation. And 2. Temperatures keep climbing thanks to climate change. Now I want to be clear. Yes, it's definitely getting hotter. But here's the next piece. Electricity prices are rising even faster than inflation, and most people don't know why. One major factor? AI and electric vehicles. 10 years ago, we didn't have millions of Teslas on the road. We didn't have the new Hummer EV, the GMC Sierra EV, or the Chevy Silverado EV. None of those were electric. But now, we're plugging them all in, and that's putting more pressure on the grid. Then there's AI. It's not just robots and chatbots. AI relies on massive data centers which consume huge amounts of energy. So yes, hotter temperatures are a factor, but they're not the only one. Let me show you something else. Rising energy costs are hitting low-income households the hardest, with electricity making up about 6% of their income, nearly 3 times higher than other income brackets. And now, there's another challenge coming their way. Take a look at this article. Energy Assistance Program threatened by federal cuts. It's talking about LIHEAP, which stands for Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. Last year, LIHEAP got about $4 billion in funding, but now the Trump administration wants to scale that back. I understand the reasoning, trying to cut spending and reduce the deficit. But that's not really what we're seeing happen. In fact, just recently this happened. Bipartisan lawmakers are pushing to reverse Trump's staff cuts to LIHEAP, which helps people afford heating and air conditioning. Why? Because when staff were let go, it slowed down the processing of applications. Fewer workers meant longer wait times for people desperately needing help. And now lawmakers are saying, We need those staff back, especially with the hottest months just around the corner. Now take a look at this. Higher electric bills are coming for Pennsylvania residents in just a few days. The Public Utility Commission announced that most energy providers in the state will raise rates starting June 1st. Here are the numbers. PACO customers, up 12.6%. PPL electric customers, up 16%. MedEd, prices going up about 8%. But here's the good news, you're not stuck. Pennsylvania residents can shop around, compare rates, and switch energy suppliers to save some money. So why am I showing you all this? Because energy prices aren't just creeping up in a few areas, it's widespread. Companies are finding it too expensive to operate, so they're raising rates across the board. Let me show you this chart again. This is what you can expect to pay in June, July, and August. West, $740 mountain area. $663 Pacific Northwest. Same range New England, $922. That's just the reality we're facing right now. Now I want to leave you with one more thing. A heat dome parked over the Pacific Northwest has the region primed for record temperatures. On June 10th, temps are expected to soar into the high 90s and low 100s across Washington, Oregon, and parts of Idaho, according to the National Weather Service. This heat, combined with low humidity and 30 mph wind gusts, is creating red flag warnings. If wildfires start, they could spread very quickly. And here's what's important. As the hottest part of the year arrives, more people will crank up the AC, run their fans, or even keep their cars running longer just to cool down before getting in. Why does this matter? Because right now, millions of Americans are struggling with bills, mortgages, rent, insurance, and even just putting food on the table. And now their utility bills are climbing too. With all that happening, prices are expected to continue rising, and they could easily skyrocket. And if too many people use power at once, we could see rolling blackouts. We've seen it before. Local officials have already started advising people to keep blinds closed, stay indoors. Don't cook with your oven or stove, and avoid setting your AC too low. Why? Because overloading the grid could cause it to shut down completely. So that's the latest update. If you're wondering what to do, start preparing now. Get a fan, stock up on water. Even drinking cold water is one of the simplest ways to cool down. I'll make another video soon on what you can do if rolling blackouts start happening. And my guess is we'll see that over the next few months. When it happens, I'll be here with updates on what to do and how to get ready. So with that, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing for more daily updates, and I'll see you in the next one.